Another week down, another NBA champion for the very first time, and of course the Homer, who hadn't been talking about him all year long, is wearing the t-shirt again.
You
I'm
ready?
Kevin Wilson alongside the coach Eric Skeeters, wearing that Denver Nuggets shirt.
You ready?
First time ever.
You ready? You
What
know
you
what
got?
happens? You know what happens when you win a championship?
What happens when that
They
happens?
give you a hat, baby.
You got to be kidding.
They give you a hat, baby.
They done fitted this guy out.
The hat. The hat. You understand?
Unbelievable.
Do you understand? Ken?
Logo's looking crispy.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I guess.
You can't buy a check now. This is not a Nuggets championship hat. I want you to understand. The NBA hasn't sent me my hat yet,
Yeah, it's
but
still fresh.
I've been waiting. I've been patiently waiting. Okay, patiently waiting to break out and unveil my team. Okay,
Yo, Tick. Plenty of NBA Finals talk to come.
Do you understand?
In just a moment.
Listen.
Kick us off the right way. Things that you will never forget from this past week. We got plenty of time for this finals talk that you just ready to hit. I will never forget.
Man.
Eric Skeeters, what's on your mind?
Woo, well, again, you go back to the relationship that you have, right?
That's right.
And so, South Florida, Tampa, I'm coaching in the Big East, and, we got this new facility. And so these two brothers, Joey and Stevie Graham, come in the gym and they're pros. They played in the league. One of my friends with an agent, I think it was Joey's agent. But I long for the days of having the most comfortable socks in sports to me. Okay, I'm biased. I coach basketball, played other sports as well. But Stevie Graham, assistant coach with the Denver Nuggets, okay, the twins, Stevie and Joey Graham. Stevie Graham said, "Coach, I got you." He bought me two big packs, 2 packs of NBA and the little ankle socks. I know this is not, historic. This is not, but you just got to understand, something, a piece of comfortable, when you find something comfortable and you wear it till, I still got them. I mean, that was 2012.
Yeah,
so
come on.
I still got the socks. I still wear the socks, Stevie.
I tell you what, Ski, when we had I used to work with the Harlem Globetrotters for years.
Okay.
And part of that gear was those NBA. I mean, there's nothing better. I mean, it's like walking on clouds.
Ooh.
Literally like walking on clouds.
And so, and being an athlete, right? Being an athlete, what do you need to take care of if you're track, football, basketball? Your feet.
Them toes, man. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Listen, and I got some pretty feet. They need a manicure. They need pedicure right now.
Now we done took it somewhere.
But yeah, I can take my shoes off in public. That's all I'm saying. But I'll never forget Stevie Graham. Now he's a world champion. My guy is a world champion. Shout out to Tampa. And Stevie was a player. Stevie took Oklahoma State to him and Joey both to the Final Four under Eddie Sutton Sr. So I'll never forget Stevie saying, he come in, he said, "Coach, I got you." Because I opened the gym up for him. They come in, they work out late night. The pros and how they did their different times and things. And they lock up. Nothing's, everything's in place when they're done. Great guys. Great. And we're still in touch to this day. I literally texted, when they got to the finals about Joker. And now, they won it. They won it. I mean, are you kidding me? When you put that hat, when they give you that hat.
Yeah, there's a hat again.
When they give you the hat, do you understand, Ken? It's rare. They don't climb up the ladder like college basketball.
Right.
They pop the champagne, right? And then the cigars and they get the goggles. They got the names on the goggles now.
That's right. Assigned directly to you. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, let's keep it rolling, Skeet. Off of what you'll never forget, man. It was a great week. First ever NBA championship for the Denver Nuggets in a series, 1 in 5 games, a series that really didn't feel like the opposing team, the Heat, were a true threat. Thoughts on the Nuggets Heat in 5?
Well, shout out to Miami Heat organization for even being in the NBA Finals, Kev. Think about it. Like, they lost the first playing game. So they were one win away from, Cancun,
Right.
Nobody was talking about the Miami Heat, okay, when the playoffs started. They were lucky to be in it. They lost to Atlanta, got the 7th seed. Now they had to go or play Chicago at home. Close game. So shout out to the Miami Heat for that grind, beating Milwaukee in 5, taking the Knicks out in the Garden, and then being up 3-0 in the conference finals on the Celtics. Now they lost 3, but then they go back and win Game 7 on the road. They have everybody's getting raises in Miami. Job well done.
Right.
On the season. Let's put it out there. Hell of a season for the Miami Heat. I don't want to hear the Jimmy Butler needs this and the Miami Heat got to do that. No, it's in place. Okay. Yes, they need to add a couple pieces. If it's a trade, if it's Dame Lillard, if it's they talking about Fat Boy, Zion Williamson.
Yeah, they called him that, but I knew what you was talking about though.
No, that's not the real Fat Boy, but the real Fat Boy was the MVP of the finals. But we'll get to that. Okay, we'll get to that. But Zion now, the Miami Heat is an organization that, the weight requirements and the Pat Riley Heat way of doing things is probably what he needs to maximize his abilities, especially with a guy between the lines every day like Jimmy Butler. And if Udonis has him still around in the organization, which I'm sure he's not going anywhere, it could help this kid, fulfill whatever it is in basketball that he's supposed to be doing. He's got his own shoe.
Yeah.
But he's missed over half his games in 4 years. So, the man's got his own shoe, bro. Right? So, the finals. Mike Malone, the Denver Nuggets. The grind of the Western Conference for 82 nights of the year. Okay? Like, they were the number 1 seed again for a reason. Okay? The 4 teams that were in the bubble in the Final Four, there's 2, conference finals. This year made it to the conference final. Lakers swept LeBron and AD. The Lakers did not win a game in the Western Conference Finals. Like, that says a lot about where Denver is and where they can go with the challenge that they got from Mike Malone and their coach. It right there in the moment. Okay, they say we're not satisfied with 1. You got all these guys locked in until 2025. Okay, you got Joker, Caldwell Pope, Michael Porter Jr., who is struggled, but just found a way to be impactful in the game. Okay, Jamal Murray is not the bubble Jamal Murray. Have you seen the T-shirt? They said bubble playoff finals, and I had them all crossed off, and they said champion Murray. Great T-shirt. So shout out to, again, I'm a homer for some gear, a T-shirt will go a long way.
We know.
A T-shirt and a hat will go a long way. Trust me. If you ever giving out T-shirts and gear, if you ever had any gear to give out, a T-shirt will go a long way, Cam. You understand? A T-shirt will get you a lot.
That's right.
I digress. But the Denver Nuggets had their foundation built in with the talent of best player in the league, one of the best in Nikola Jokic, one of the best guards in the league, another one of the top 10 players in the league in Jamal Murray, a proven vet in KCP, Caldwell Pope, a stud of the future in Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, who needs a dunk contest win when you got a ring, okay? And then the guys, Bruce Brown and Jeff Green and Christian Brown and all these guys coming off the bench. I mean, that nucleus, pretty darn good.
That's right.
Pretty darn good. So, yes, the NBA Finals did not go 7 games, 5 games, okay. But the best team in the league won.
And let me step back a bit, because I know I opened it up by saying, the Heat not a threat. Well, they weren't a threat to win it. but we knew that they were
They
going
weren't
to
supposed to be.
compete.
Yeah.
We knew they were going to fight hard, and kind of throwing it back to that Nets Spurs NBA Finals in that Game 5. I mean, the Heat they wouldn't let nobody move, and the Nuggets were game, which was awesome to see. To see a game under 100 points in today's NBA is insane. Yeah.
Championship game, playoffs about defense anyway, though, Ken.
Right. They still scratching 120. 120. The NBA is insane now. Yeah. But that Spurs finals, gosh, that was
you're going back there.
Y'all getting old, not me though. So now, of course, we got to fast forward. Skeet, I mean, he got this hat on still. We got to fast forward.
It's staying. It's not going. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you because I got the logo here, so I'm gonna show you. If you don't know, if you're not a fan of the NBA and pro basketball, just know who won. That represents the Denver Nuggets.
This is unbelievable. Let's fast forward to next year, Eric Skeeters. Who is it? The Nuggets versus someone else? What's the matchup next year? What you thinking?
Lots going to go down, Kev. A lot's going to go down when you think of the trades and the free agency that's going to take place in the movement in the league. Let's start with the Western Conference. Yes, Denver is the team to beat. Okay, let's put it out there. They've been the number one seed. Now, the 2022 champs, Golden State Nuggets. I mean,
look at him, Mr. Hat.
Golden State Warriors.
It's that hat.
I'm Nuggets. Hey, listen, the newness of it. The Golden State Warriors. Now, okay, they know what it takes. So, love to see that now become a rivalry. I mean, the Lakers were just there. What's going to happen with AD? What's going to happen with LeBron? He's talking about the retirement. Let's take a pause right there. Mike Malone and this LeBron thing, okay? Mike Malone coached LeBron in Cleveland. He was assistant under Mike Brown when they went to the finals and lost to the Spurs. Like you said, y'all getting old. So this whole thing of, LeBron talking about I'm the son, all he had to do was just say, hey, man, congrats, my old coach. And I'm a big fan of LeBron. But when they get sensitive like that, then you got to call them out. You got to call them out. Like, don't be sensitive. Be happy for all them guys, just like they be happy for you. But they swept him. Is he bitter? Does he feel like they really can't beat Denver with what he's got in place? Do you really need to get AD working hard because the Joker had his way with him? And even just making some shots out his behind at the buzzer, the three, like off one leg. I mean, this whole thing with I'm the son, LeBron said, I'm the son. Have your moment of shine, but remember, I'm the son. Bruh, you lost more finals than you've won. So you got rings. You're in a conversation with the GOAT. But just, at certain points in time, have some little sportsmanship. I ain't going to say the man ain't classy. He ain't got no class. He got tons of that. But have a little sportsmanship and just give him a shout out, bro. Give him a thumbs up. But anyway, the Western Conference still have Golden State. Denver, obviously, number one. Golden State, 2. What are they going to do with Phoenix and Chris Paul and the Lakers, 3? What's Phoenix going to do? Okay, new coach, been there before, is now 1. Okay, and this whole criticism of KD with he's going to get a legitimate ring. He got 2 of them. He was MVP of the finals. Steph had to prove himself in the finals that he was MVP worthy. Okay, so he switched teams. He left because they were down 3-1 or up 3-1 and lost to Golden State. And then, if you can't beat them, join them. Well, what is it? I give the young man credit where he said, if I don't have a championship, then I'm not, in the conversation. But now how I won the championship, they question. Listen, he did it. He did it twice. Would have did it 3 times. If it's not for injuries, what's going to happen in Phoenix? Can you keep Devin Booker, Chris Paul, that nucleus together, add some pieces to it? So those are your top 4. Your outliers, what's Kyrie Irving going to do? Is he coming to LA? Is he staying in Dallas? What's Dallas going to do?
So it sounds like you're favoring You're favoring Denver to repeat.
Yes.
Have repeat return. So in the Eastern Conference, though, there's a Mad Giannis with a new head coach. There's a Dame Lillard situation. Can he go to a team where it won't just be a repeat of Portland? What's the Eastern Conference look like?
Boston Sixers. Okay. Miami's obviously in the conversation because they overachieved, but now these guys know what it's like to go to a finals. Phoenix went to a finals a couple of years ago, up 2-0, lost to Milwaukee. Milwaukee won it that year, 2 years ago. So it's there's a balance in the East because does James Harden stay with Philly with their new coach? So there's so many layers to the Eastern Conference that Boston's probably been most consistent, along with Milwaukee having won it. Okay. Sixers have not reached the conference final since Joel Embiid has been there. Okay. Miami, obviously, now just coming off 2 finals in the last 4 years. So those are your top 4. Then your outliers, where does Damian Lillard land? Does he land in Phoenix? Okay. Does he land in Miami? Okay. Where if Damian Lillard is not back in Portland next year, is he with the Sixers? He's a key free agent as well as Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is saying that he's not left Dallas, but he was saying the world was flat, so we don't know, where he's.
You can't prove
at
it.
Game
you can't prove
4.
otherwise.
He was at Game 4 with the Lakers, so and they lost. So him and LeBron. Neither one of them. Well, no, LeBron just won with the Lakers, so I can't say they ain't won without each other.
But who's in the East though? Who's coming out of the East next year? Don't stick your chest out, Nugget man. Who's coming out?
I got to go with the Celtics. I got to go with the team that was number 1 seed the last 2 years. Was in the finals last year, up 2-1. Did not know what it took. Golden State showed them what it took. Steph Curry. They're in this growth process, okay? They talk about the youth of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, of how young they are in achieving their goals. Where was LeBron what age? Where was Jordan what age? Where was Steph what age? KD what age? When they finally won a championship. So the Celtics are on their way. They keep that. They got Joe Mazzulla. Joe's going to do it. He hired Sam Cassell. So Sam is still chomping at the bit. Everybody knows. I guess Sam is the best assistant coach in the league. Let's just put that out.
You get them players, man. Charles Lee. Charles Lee added to that bench as well.
When you who?
Charles Lee.
Yes. When you want to develop, when you want to win. Doc has brought him from the Wizards, kept him winning from the Clippers to the Sixers. So. Shout out to my man, 2 S's, 2 L's.
He got him a shirt in the past, guys.
That's my man. Hey, listen, that's Baltimore, baby. That's home. That's home. Mm-hmm. That's
Did he ever give you a shirt or a hat?
Yeah, no, Sam. When it's rookie year, I got some gear from Houston. Rookie year, got shorts, shirt, socks, sneakers.
Just wanted to make sure I was.
My guy, Sam, my guy. So we might future guests on the show will be Sam Cassell.
Next year's finals will be Celtics.
Denver Nuggets, Boston Celtics.
Wow. Eric Skeeters, Coach Skeeters, I've had time to reflect and I realize how much hurt I've caused. I want to apologize to the NBA, the Grizzlies, my teammates, and everybody inside my city. Yeah. To Adam Silver, Zach Kleeman, and Robert Pay, who gave me the opportunity, blah, blah, blah. And to all of my fans, I'm going to make it up to you. I promise. Ja Morant suspended 25 games for gun video number 2. Comes out with a strong statement saying he apologizes, promises to be better. Coach Skeeters, you say to that what?
Well, it's enough. 25 games is a lot. Let's just put that out there. 25 games, he does not qualify just on pure numbers alone for any awards for next season. So he won't be an all-league, regardless of how well he plays, regardless of how well the Memphis Grizzlies do. He'll be back by Christmas, but he won't qualify for any postseason awards. So the face of the league, can he still be the face of the league? Yes. Remember the young Allen Iverson, right? Remember the young Allen Iverson that just, again, sure had the piece, everything but the chip. So Ja Morant in the days of social media is a victim of his own ills, his own stupidity, and again, his mom and dad and contributing to that in a negative way. But he's young. He's a kid. I mean, he had one scholarship out of college. So he's a young man, but he's really, I mean, that's why he would just be a senior in college, just coming into the league, had he stayed in college 2 more years. It was his 4th year in the league. So,
right.
So he could only be in his 2nd year in the league. He will, I pray that he will bounce back. 25 games, $8 million, the value of that suspension, the penalty that he's paying for that nonsense, for that idiocy. It's huge. It's impactful. And if he doesn't learn from this, he will never learn. So he didn't learn from the conversations with Adam Silver. He didn't learn from the one-on-one sit-down from, a brother that walked in his shoes and Jalen Rose. And for the masses, and I know they talk off camera as well. And for everybody that's tried to pour into him, including Nike, who still ran his commercial, okay, and his however many $100 million shoe deal, right? He has his own shoe. So, yes, he had to put together a statement. He put together a statement before, but it's almost like, you go to the Missouri mindset of the show me state. Like, Ja, now it's time to show us. Because you told us the first time. You was in the club and on the road. You had no business doing it the first time. You apologized the first time. So now, and you were suspended. You hurt your team. You hurt your organization. You hurt your franchise. You hurt your fans. So you hurt your family. You caught $8 million, bro. Like, seriously?
Right.
So,
but the 25 games suffices for the crime.
Yes. 25 games is a lot. Even though again, just on pure numbers, he won't be able to qualify for any postseason award. So that says it all. The only thing he can do is produce on the court, be the Ja Morant that he's been since he stepped foot in the league, and continue to take the Memphis Grizzlies to where, and they need to be in the conversation in the Western Conference, but at the same time, like they were the number 2 seed in 22. So, but you can't, you don't know when you're not available. That's your best ability, is availability. And with Ja not being available, you got to throw your hands up. It's it's like the emoji. Don't know.
No longer available on the court, officially retired. The disrespect you showed your guy, Carmelo Anthony, after he retired by not bringing it up as a topic on one of our first 2 episodes. We've got to talk and show some love to your man, Carmelo Anthony, man. He's stepping away easily. One of the, I'll say it, top 5 to 8 scores in NBA history. Post-up game, shoot it right in your face.
Yeah.
Create his own shot and stand and catch and shoot. Just a ridiculous score. Finally stepping away. Congratulations to Carmelo doing it on your terms.
Yeah, no doubt. And obviously I got the Nugget stuff on where he established himself in the league. I relate. If you know anything about our relationship, and to anyone that knows us, have read the book and know our history, I've always had tough love for Melo. It's always been a tough love situation, father figure, godfather, blah, blah, blah. But he's always been a talent. And obviously being, was he 9th in the league all time in scoring? First ballot Hall of Famer. Hope to get an invite to Springfield. But if not, I might still show up. Just to honor the kid, the young man, the greatness. You're talking about Hall of Famer in basketball. Listen, when we were in each other's lives, he was on the JV. He was in middle school, just a good player, And Darnell, and I ain't even going to go past that. Darnell was the guy. Okay, now obviously Melo had a growth spurt, and the rest is history. But growing up on Myrtle Avenue in West Baltimore, Darnell was the guy, and now Melo is the Hall of Famer. So
that's right.
It's one of the greatest careers of a single player. All right, and his abilities in all aspects of the game, especially on the offensive end. He rebounded, so you can't say he didn't defend, right? he guarded Kobe Bryant in that series in the Western Conference Finals where it was a wrestling match, okay? And he earned the respect of one of the GOATs in the Mamba, of one of the best players in the league. If he had to help Chauncey Billups, Kenyon Martin, and those guys, okay? I'm sticking with the Denver years of Melo. I'm sticking with the Denver years, okay? The Denver Nuggets, I think it was a 42-game swing from, and this is recorded. This is on record, and I hope we can post this, and I'll send it to you. So Carmelo Anthony in his rookie year won Rookie of the Month every month of the season, and did not get Rookie of the Year, and was not co-Rookie of the Year. So you can tell me, you can, Eastern Conference, Western Conference, blah, 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 blah. He took a team in the Western Conference. I think we talked about this before. Okay. Dirk Nowitzki in Dallas, Tim Duncan in San Antonio, Kobe and Shaq in LA, Kevin Garnett in Minnesota. He took a organization in that Western Conference. I want to say Tracy McGrady and
Houston.
Yao Ming in Houston. Okay, he took that organization in that conference at that time and took them to the playoffs.
Yeah.
A 42-game swing. Rookie of the Month every month, and did not win Rookie. So it's not political when it comes to Melo. It's production. You can never get me in any conversation. And Jimmy Cliff, my guy with the Nuggets right now, these conversations all the time about LeBron versus Melo and blah, 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 blah. Their first 5 years in the league, Cleveland LeBron, Denver Melo, in their first 10 games they played, Melo was 8-2. The Nuggets beat the Cavs. They only play twice a year, 8 out of 10 times. So as far as the talent, first ballot Hall of Famer, top 10 in scoring. And I would be doing the game of basketball a disservice if I did not mention everything Melo's gotten, everything Melo does in basketball. He learned it from a guy named Mark Karcher, Karcher. Okay? Look it up. Pattern his game after him. I got the pictures to prove it. The stats, who they are. Mark was top 5 USA Today, All USA Temple, second round pick of the Sixers. Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the development of Carmelo Anthony and what he's done in the league, what he did in the league, suffice to say, he did not get a ring, did not play in the NBA Finals. Hey, man, listen, regardless, great career. Hall of Fame. Great career.
An ode to Carmelo Anthony. It's time to play Eric Skeeter's favorite game. What did they say? What'll happen is I'll play 3 quotes from the great and now retired Carmelo Anthony, the future Hall of Famer. Eric Skeeter will have to pick out the phrase or words that are missing. Each one today will have 2 words back to back that are missing. Eric Skeeters has to guess what those 2 words are. He didn't do so well. He went 1 for 3 in the first edition from episode 2. And now today,
I said shot. He said 3.
He will attempt to get on a winning streak here today. So our first quote from Carmelo Anthony comes from some early days. You'll be able to tell from the hair kind of what part of the career he was in. Here is the first quote from Carmelo Anthony.
It's not a good feeling right now. Tomorrow hopefully we feel better, but tonight it's not a good feeling. We just need to get out. Start winning basketball games. That's it.
All right, Skeeter.
Listen, I can tell you right now, we need to get our shit together. Excuse my language. Or
unbelievable.
We need to get our asses kicked.
You want to play it one more time? Get it one more time?
Yeah, play it again. Here
we go.
It's not a good feeling right now. Tomorrow hopefully we feel better, but tonight it's not a good feeling. We just need to get out. Start winning basketball games. That's it.
Act together, or SHIT together. They act together. Yeah.
Let's see what he said.
It's not a good feeling right now. tomorrow hopefully we feel better, but tonight it's not a good feeling. We just need to get our act together.
Act together. Coach Eric Skeeters is on the board, 1 for 1 so far, already starting better than the first time. Let's go to quote number 2. We'll check him out in the Garden. You'll see the lights. He's in public speaking. Let's see what Carmelo Anthony had to say on this night after knocking down a game-winning shot.
Well, I think offensively it was more. We got stagnant. We let them push us out of our offense, and that led into defense. So it shouldn't have had to came to a heroic shot like that, but it did, and we'll take the win.
Play it again. I got the context of what he was saying. Now let me see what.
Well, I think offensively it was more. We got stagnant. We let them push us out of our offense, and that led into defense. So it shouldn't have had to came to a heroic shot like that, but it did, and we'll take the win.
Get shots. If it's 2 words, we let them get shots. We let them score easily.
Let's hit it one more time. Let's hit it one more time.
Yeah.
Well, I think offensively it was more. We got stagnant. We let them push us out of our offense, and that led into defense. So it shouldn't have had to came to a.
What you got?
We let them get shots.
All right, let's see what Carmelo Anthony had to say
that's
on this night.
One. That's a tough one.
Well, I think offensively it was more. We got stagnant. We let them deny us. We let them push us out of our offense, and that led into defense. So it should.
Okay.
Let them deny us.
Okay.
So one for 2.
Okay.
1 for 2 is Coach. And we'll now go to the third and final clip from Carmelo Anthony. He put up buckets in Portland. We're about to see.
Oh, no question.
Another game-winning night.
Is this? Let me get to. Hold on, before we go to it. Let me get. Is it right hand or left hand?
The vintage Melo. He's done both at the same time before.
He's done 2 things, and we'll talk about this after we watch this clip. I'll tell you 2 things he established in the league. It's amazing. Go ahead.
Be tough tomorrow. I mean, anytime you come into somebody and try to get 2 of them, it's gonna be tough. So we got to be ready. We got to be mentally prepared tomorrow.
Either house or home court. We come into somebody's building, somebody's house, somebody's home court. Play it again.
Be tough tomorrow. I mean, anytime you come into somebody and try to get 2 of them, it's gonna be tough. So we got to be ready. We got to be mentally prepared tomorrow.
Home court, house, home court. Just 2 words.
Let's see what Carmelo Anthony had to say.
Be tough tomorrow. I mean, anytime you come into somebody's home court and try to get 2 of them, it's
on fire. Coach Eric Skeeters, 2 for 3. 2 for 3 today.
3 to the head.
Come on.
That's shorty. On the way, I won't take it to, Myrtle Avenue where you got the 3 to the head.
No, let's keep it PG here.
The second thing he did, which is amazing, because I was back coaching in Baltimore, UMBC, when he came out with it, but hoodie Melo. Right?
That's right.
Dude is wearing a hoodie while he's working out. So if you can find any clips, I'm sure there's plenty of the 15 or the 16, 17 season, it might be 15, 16. But the dude is wearing a hoodie all the time. So, now you got these kids in high school and college, they coming out with hoodies on, they working out with hoodies on. And I'm trying to get them to understand. He about 10 years in the league, fellas. Okay. He doing it to sweat. He's doing it to lose weight. He's doing it for a lot of reasons. He ain't doing it for the look. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing it for the look. And he ain't wearing them in the game. So, and then what happens? Every apparel company comes out with these warm-ups now with hoods. Never in my career that they had. Okay, a bunch of, now you wore a sweatshirt, right? Because you had a hooded sweatshirt because you're going in cold weather climates, and basketball is a winter sport. So you had a hood when you went to practice and things of that nature. But your warm up was it was a collar on it. It was a mock neck. You know what I'm saying? It was a crew neck, but it wasn't no hood. Now every shoe company got warm ups, great material and all that with hoods on it. And the kids is hoodie Melo. And then, of course, the team I'm coaching. How can I be against it? That's supposed to be my guy. Come on, coach. My man Max Kern, who blocked the shot for UMBC versus Vermont. Max Kern is literally like, he said, come on, Coach, that's your guy. I said, Max, you're 10 years in the league, Max. When you get a minute, you get 10 minutes in the league, then you put a hoodie on. But so to his credit, shout out to Hoodie Melo.
And you know who loved every minute of it? Nike
Hoodie
just
Melo.
ate it alive. And Nike and Jordan just ate it alive, man. You see hoodies on
Under Armour, Adidas, Russell, whoever. Right. It was.
It is a holiday weekend, so we'll try to get you out of here nice and quick here, Skeeters. But
okay.
It is time for folks to understand something.
Ooh.
Final thoughts from Coach Eric Skeeters, decorated coach on the D1 level, former head coach for HBCU.
Understand. Okay. Thank you, Kev. Great way to sign off, because let's start with Melo in regards to the growth and believing and achieving, and then what he's done. He's being recognized for his achievements. Again, the impact where I was when he was when I left Coppin State to go to Baltimore in 1999. I mean, to go to Youngstown State as an assistant coach. First time leaving the state of Maryland, except for going to college to live. This young kid, he was on the JV team. He won 5 games, but 2 years later, he's like top 10 in the country, or being recruited by all high majors. And get shout out, I always do my shout outs. My man Pete Thamel, who was a writer for the Syracuse Post Standard when he committed, did a great piece, and literally, he won a national championship, won it done, blah 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 blah. But now you look at Nikola Jokic, 41st pick in the draft, 2-time MVP of the now world champion Denver Nuggets, who had the longest streak of being in the professional conference sport without winning a championship. 46 years. So in year 47, the Denver Nuggets were led by a 41st pick in the draft. And his quote was, "Nobody believed in the fat kid. Nobody believed in the fat boy." So you have an organization, and credit to their scouts and all of their evaluation, both the tangible and the intangible, of this fat kid from Serbia that you pour into the group, and you hope that the message reaches one. Understand that development, when there's always these young phenoms and these rankings of these kids and things of that nature, and you see it over and over and over again. I've been fortunate to witness it firsthand, from Steph Curry not getting but one scholarship offer at Davidson, who was at Davidson before Steph Curry, who was at Davidson after Steph Curry. And I coached at Virginia Tech, where his dad and mom both played when he was in high school. And, my man Seth Greenberg caught a lot of flack for quote unquote not recruiting him, but neither did Wake Forest, neither did any school in North Carolina, UNC Charlotte, places that recruit North Carolina hard. I won't even get into that. So the Steph Currys, the Nikola Jokic, Melo, for that matter, because he was in the ninth grade, he was on the JV. LeBron was, doing his thing from 4 years in high school. And you go down the list of all these great players. When you pour into, when you're teaching, when you're coaching, you have these kids at a young age, understand that you don't know which one out of the group. Darnell was the guy, like I said earlier. Darnell Hopkins was his name. And in Mount Royal Rec, Towson Catholic High School, in that part of West Baltimore, when Carmelo Anthony moved to town from New York, he battled with this guy. From Darnell starting on varsity in the 9th grade and Melo on the JV. They were same age, same grade, same teams. Obviously, the rest is history. You don't know which one out of the group is going to rise. So obviously, there was, God wanted to give Carmelo Anthony probably about 6 more inches in growth. So he was fortunate. He was blessed to have, Nikolai Jokic is what, 7'1", 6'11". I don't know how big he is. He stopped drinking the Pepsi. So nobody paid attention to the fat kid. Nobody believed in the fat kid. Even believe in all the kids that you impact, because you never know which one is going to rise to great heights. And Nikolai Jokic Nikolai Jokic. I learned that from Marco, my guy from Chachi, Serbia. Okay, it's just a ch on the end of it. There's no H on it, but you have to pronounce the ch. So Nikolai Jokic. Okay, and a little bit of dabbled in Serbia, dabbled in it. That they poured big brothers, and I'm sure he probably was the youngest. That the Denver Nuggets, doing their homework in developing, sticking with Mike Malone through the process, the growth, sticking with Jamal Murray after the injury, okay, and call him what you want, but call him world champion. Understand, when you're pouring into the group, classroom setting, mentor, coaching, life skills, pour into them all, pour into the masses. And you'll be surprised sometimes the ones you least think may achieve the most. The ones that you least think, oh man, the fat kid, what is he going to do? What fat boy going to do? Fat boy might win your world championship.
Understand something with Coach Eric Skeeters. Another edition of Top Assistant. Next week, Coach Skeeters gets aggressive. We'll start digging as we prepare for the college football and basketball seasons into the portal.
Yeah, we got to touch on that next week, because think about this, Kev. The portal, the transfer portal. And how is it working, if it's not working, the challenges of it, some of the casualties of it. There's a lot of casualties in the portal that people, I don't know if they're afraid to speak on it. It's not.
Oh, he's starting to get up. Let me stop you, Ski. We got, it's a holiday weekend, man. Let's leave with a smile, man. About to start heating. Next week, definitely tune in as Eric Skeeters starts talking. He dives into the portal and breaks it down from the coach's point of view, something you don't really hear very often. Skeeters, thank you for your time. Enjoy Juneteenth. It's great to see you again.
Yes, sir.
And hopefully you'll start wearing shirts of teams that you were rooting for all year and not just for the last couple of months.
Go Dogs!
We'll see you next time.
Happy Father's Day to everybody.
Happy Father's Day. We'll see y'all next time on Top Assistant.
Oh, man.